Day 5. Minus 47-degree temperatures are making me question my judgment. In an attempt to be somewhat productive and negate cabin fever by gathering firewood,
Goddamn freezing.
I'm trying to use the power lines and the railway as navigation points to prevent me from getting lost. I should have set up a trail of breadcrumbs to one of the fishing huts and fish through the day. But I'm trying not to live here forever also. It's a balancing act, trying to figure out what do I need to do for long term versus what do I need to plan for. On the upside, I don't think the wolves are out too much during the blizzards. They're smarter than me. Wow. Make it to a relay point. The weather starts to lighten up and clear. Knife.
That'll come in handy.
This was worth the trip. Good. Sewing kit. This was worth the trip also. And it occurs to me, if I'm having trouble getting quality clothes, it may be worth it to just make them. Some firewood in hand and the weather's starting to get better. It occurs to me it might be a smart play to take advantage of the venison in front of me. Rather than waste one of my flares, actually, is the weather good enough that I can use my fire lens? No. Okay, fine. I never use my flares for anything. And only this game is a lit ferrocene flare. Only a 60% likelihood of starting a fire. I've never seen anything like it. I'm starting to hear wolves and I'm starting to see fog again. That was a gamble. That was worth it. Gonna take another torch, so I always have a torch to light. Because while lit torches don't necessarily increase your probability of successful lights, torches do give you second chances. Because that match that you light the torch with will always light the torch. And if it doesn't work, you can then use the torch as a second or third chance. That sewing kit was actually extremely worth it, as it's going to let me just be able to start repairing gear. And in the absence of good gear, that deer's hide will start to really work for making my own better gear. Temperature as it is, I'm not breaking sticks, I'm not breaking down logs. I just want to collect some firewood and go. Trying to stick to the trail because in this fog it's going to be very easy to get lost very quickly. But if I stick to the well-known markers of the railway and the electrical line, I should be able to get where I need back to the cabin safe and sound, provided the wolves don't have ulterior plans. And it looks like they're going to let me get away with it this time. I don't see drastic difficulties here. It is so mind-bogglingly paranoia, though, as you're hiking through here. And there's no one here. And you see nothing. But you know the wolves can be there. It's just so ridiculously paranoid. Let's get this deer hide dropped and starting to cure. It's 39%. Let's get these dropping. Starting to get the pieces together here. Got a couple of rabbit skins right here. Okay. I'm going to want to get some supper on the fire. I might as well start doing that now, and I can pass the cooking time while I'm sewing. And as grisly as it sounds, a thought occurs to me. Let's pick up all this. If I were staying here longer in Mystery Lake, I'd consider setting up a rock cache. But my game plan is to move on. I was going to attempt the fire tower today to try to survey my situation, but I'm not willing to travel that far based on low visibility. I am, however, willing to make use of the current situation and the pockets of this gentleman here to keep my groceries frozen in the Arctic temperatures. Use the torch for 3 tries off of 1 match. Don't waste the fire. Get the water boiling up. Start developing a stockpile of it. Go ahead and get supper cooked up. 57 minutes. Now, let us finally get around to repairing some clothing. Survivor's Log Additional. I've spent the day gathering supplies, and with the fortunate find of that knife and that sewing kit, I've been able to repair much of my gear. My gloves are like new. I've been able to get my jacket held together with something slightly more than duct tape. I need to find more leather in order to attempt my repair of my boots. But aside from that, my condition looks to be in pretty decent situation. I'm finishing up supper. The Aurora is coming. I'm not going to face those wolves out during an Aurora. If the weather holds decent tomorrow, I'm going to survey the situation. And we'll see what happens in the sunlight. Day 6. The storm has subsided. We're dealing with early morning fog, but lighter than I've seen before. If the wildlife will let me, I'm going to attempt to make it to the fire watchtower. Hope that I'll be able to get the skies to clear enough for me to actually be able to survey my surveillance. Hopefully, find someone else alive. Yesterday's find of the sewing kit and knife proved invaluable in being able to repair my gear to a better level. I also have 2 deer hides starting to cure in the cabin. I don't want to be here long enough, but I fear I'm going to be here long enough to actually need to turn those into my next clothing. What has happened to the world? Day 6, additional. I'm very quickly becoming accustomed to searching the bodies of the dead. They may have passed on, but they may have left me something to not. Lord have mercy, how callous we become.
Could end up being useful.
Made it to the watchtower, finding more and more ammunition. Now if I can just find a revolver.
I'm just out of this stuff.
Where once a candy bar was a snack you'd think nothing of, now it looks like supper.
This stuff will come in handy.
It's a new day to me. From the height of the watchtower, I'm able to get some sort of idea of the immediate surroundings. I can even see the logging camp that I came to on first night. First night of a new life that feels more and more like limbo. I sometimes wonder if that's actually what's happening. This is not the best situation for someone to go through. I find it ridiculous how addicted and dependent I am to the picking up of sticks. Because of these temperatures, sticks literally mean life to me. What has happened? Don't see the point of carrying the supplies with me when I'm going on a second trip, just when I'm going to come back here at the end of the night. The high tower view helped a lot, but I noticed there's also a peak right over the lake. If the wolves will let me at it, I'd like to take a shot to see what the view is from here. Getting lucky today. I've only heard them a little bit. So far haven't heard them, and so far haven't seen them. Which means with almost certainty, my luck soon is going to run out. Perhaps I should have brought my rifle. Perhaps I should look into getting that bow done sooner. And perhaps I should curse the glass ankles that this Canadian winter is giving me. And the wolves do not seem to want to give me a break to that second climb today. And the wolves are prowling upon the ice. I've got 4 surrounding me. The wolves are telling me, "Go home, Mackenzie. You don't belong here." Believe me, I'd love to go home. Frankly, I'd love anyone to show me the way to go home. Frankly, I'd love to have a conversation with anyone besides myself. I sometimes wonder how beneficial this journal is. 2 weeks ago, I would have said, "Get out of here, dogs." Having come through a few attacks with the things, I'm not that crazy anymore. Almost a week into my new reality, I'm realizing I can't stuff the calories like I used to. There are no more grocery stores. I truly am on a gathering mentality. So I'm starting to let myself starve throughout the day and go to sleep with a full stomach. It gets me a good night's sleep. I feel better in the morning, even if I am psychologically grumpy throughout the day. On the upside, there's no one to be grumpy around, so I take the good with the bad. And on the additional upside, it looks as if there may be enough sun to have a solar fire today. The uniquenesses of life, when the ability to make a fire by sunlight is what calculates it as a good day. When you're happy that you saved a match. Such are the realities. I admit, I still laugh at the ridiculousness of it. I start a fire outside to light a torch, to bring the fire inside to start a fire, therefore saving a match. 2 weeks ago, I would have flipped my Zippo, but I decided to quit smoking. Should never have quit. But the sound of the wind, looks like I got in just in time. It's amazing what constitutes a good day. For me, it's having picked up a few tools, gotten some firewood, and it looks like I get to eat tonight. We'll call that a good day. I suppose there is a simple truth to the true value of the basic needs. Fire, rest, food and water. All I really miss is company, which is why I'm glad that you're here. If you want to see if I live through tomorrow, leave a like and subscribe. I drop a video like this each Friday at 1 o'clock US time, 7 o'clock UK time, and I'd love to have you by the next fire. Thanks.